will come down a little bit. There we go.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hello.
Right. Hi there, this is Len Sultana from an Englishman in San Diego. This is the Bedlam, which is MCM London for the summer edition. And we're joined by Charlotte. Hello, Charlotte, from Funko Europe.
That's right, Funko Europe.
It's been a pleasure to get 5 minutes from you, considering how busy it's been on that stand.
It has been non-stop, literally non-stop. Today, thankfully, is starting to quiet down a tiny bit, but I mean, Saturday, no time for anything. It was just, all hands on deck.
It really
chaos.
was kind of. I saw the queues from pretty much the moment the doors opened.
I mean, so the stands are square, and we had a queuing system, and then we found people were literally going the whole square back around and doing like a full loop. So it was chaotic, but like the good kind of chaos, the fun chaos.
Chaos.
Very, very busy, but very, very fun.
Excellent. Just to explain, because Funko Europe, it's kind of a new element to the Funko family, isn't it?
Yeah,
Can you give us a little bit of the background of what Funko Europe is?
Okay, so basically the way it's worked is previously we were a company called Underground Toys, who were based in London, which is where we're still based now. We were then acquired I think it was about a year and a half ago, by Funko in the States. So initially we distributed their products, and now we are Funko based in Europe. So this is the second time we've done MCM as Funko Europe. So we did last October, and now we're here again. So a lot of it's just about getting our presence known that we do now have a bit of a space in Europe, and but we also cover that entire EMEA region.
Sure. Is there? Obviously Funko in the States has a lot of personality and a lot of celebrity almost within its own crew.
Yeah, they're a great bunch.
They're fantastic. Is there a lot of people that are thinking that there is that direct lineage now to Funko Europe, and that's where you're going to be ending up going? I
mean, I think that's where we're looking to go, and that's where we're headed, Right. So a lot of the staff, I'm definitely one of those people. Before I worked at Funko, I was a hardcore pop collector. So, as soon as I saw the job go out, I was like, oh my god, this is my dream. But for me it was a really big deal that I was a fan, and that plays a lot into the work I do. But equally, there's tons of people in the office who are fans, and that's kind of the way we're looking to go with it, because ultimately, yes, we are a business, but we love this stuff just as much.
You're not an offshoot, you are Funko.
Yeah, and equally the European audience is very different to the States side, but that's why it's fun to have a presence at these shows, because actually we want to be talking to the fans, finding out what they like, what they don't like, and also just sharing that enjoyment of the product.
What aren't they liking then? Certainly from the UK perspective, is there any comments that you've heard, perhaps that the Americans have been messaging you going, no, we haven't heard that one before, that one's...
Not necessarily. I think a lot of it is there's a lot of crossover across the board. So those kind of standard things you'd expect everyone to like, so Marvel and Star Wars and Disney and DC and all of that kind of stuff. That pop culture sphere is very similar. But I know there's definitely an urgency over here for products that are maybe slightly more leaning towards this audience. So recently we had a Royal Family range. We also had the Premier League football and things like Mr. Bean as well. From like a UK side of things, that's done incredibly well, because that's something that maybe the Americans don't see as much of, but over here everyone's like, everyone grew up watching Mr. Bean, didn't they? So stuff like that is actually really interesting to distinguish between those two audiences.
Okay.
But I mean, the main thing from our side is just that listening piece of finding out, what are people into, what do they want to see more of, what are they, coming to us with their ideas as well, because that's stuff we can always pass on. And just sharing the love for all things pop and Funko.
I appreciate that. Also, I mean, a big element of collecting Funkos is the exclusives. Certainly in the States, it's a massive element to getting those chases, getting those limited editions. Here you have a number of MCM exclusives, but they're not. A couple of them aren't strict exclusives across the Funko brand. How does that work? And can you see true MCM exclusives coming?
I mean, I think that's what we're hoping for longer term. Certainly what I'm hoping for, if nothing else, because I want to get our own product.
The fans are as well.
I mean, wouldn't it be great if we could get our own product? Like, you can only get this in, the UK. That'd be so cool. But at the moment, the way it works is you'll have the various exclusive in the States, and then these will get brought over to the European region, and they will either sit as an exclusive with a retailer, or they will go to shows. But often with the shows, we'll try and pick stuff that we think our audience is going to be interested in that given time. So things like we had the Unmasked Iron Spider here this weekend. We knew that Avengers was going to be coming out shortly before MCM, so we thought, what a great time to do that. Equally with stuff like Yondu, we knew we had to have that for a show, because everyone loves Yondu. So a lot of the time we will try to tie that in with, what events we know are happening on, at the event, what kind of guests they've got, but equally things like, what the fan appetite is at that given some time. But usually the way it works is that when we allocate these things to retailers, if there's an equal retailer in the States, so for example, GameStop, it's in the States, but it's also got a presence in Europe, that will usually go straight to the GameStop over here. Whereas if that retailer doesn't exist in Europe compared to the States, that's when it will get offered out to that wider audience, and then it'll go to a mixture of different retailers. So sometimes we find these products go in slightly different directions, but a lot of it we try to keep that consistency where possible.
That's fair. Also, I think another thing I think we've talked about it is that personality of Funko in the States. We have our Camerons, we have our Yokos, we have our Chris's. Hello, Mr. Celine, nice to see you. Will we be seeing that here in Funko Europe? And
I'm certainly hoping so.
Who can you nominate out of that lot in there? Who could we possibly be seeing?
Oh, well, you know what? There's some people who are not here today, but they're here just as fans.
Right, okay.
So I think those kind of people are definitely the ones we want to start bringing in. I mean, I like to volunteer myself, obviously, because I love pop. I can talk about it all day. I can talk about it for hours. And it's that thing at the office of, we've got so many fans listed about in different areas. It's really interesting seeing what everyone's kind of almost their speciality areas are. So for me, I love all things pop culture, but one of the guys in my team, Javier, who works in the marketing department as well, he loves sport, he loves football. So whenever anything comes up to the Premier League, I'm like, Javier, tell me, what does it mean? I don't understand how football works. I have no idea how football works. I don't know the rules, I don't know anything, I don't know who the players are, but maybe he doesn't know as much about the movie side of things or the comic book side of things, but he's on it when it comes to sport.
We can't all know everything.
But I think that's the nice thing about Funko as a brand, because actually we've got such a broad range of licenses and products and different areas. Yes, you have the stuff that maybe what you'd call the traditional geek, but equally we've got stuff like James Bond films that maybe someone who doesn't consider themselves a traditional geek, they love the classic movies. I think because of that variety, it means we've got fans listed all over the place in the office. But I'm a big fan. And we've got two other people in the office actually who were sort of considered slight pop rivals. There's a guy who sits behind me in the production development team called Depeche. He's watching us. Hi, Dips. So when we had our Christmas party, we did a Funko quiz about the staff in the office, and one of the questions was who has the most pop on their desk. And it was between me and him, and I'm very proud to say that I won that competition.
Fantastic.
But it was very tight. We're always having a bit of a pop off between desks, and because he sits behind me, every now and again I'll sort of look round and be like, you've got how many have you got, how many have I got, let's compare and contrast. And then we've got another guy in the office called Brian who is a hardcore Marvel fan, obsessed with all things Spider-Man. But we've got lots of mega geeks in the office and people.
So we can imagine at some point there may be a desk, a setup, and an unboxing of a British.
I am pushing for it.
Convention exclusive. That would be fingers crossed for
I just want to be talking to you guys about how much I love all the weird and wonderful things I love, because it's so exciting to talk to other. I mean, that's what's great about conventions.
It's been amazing this weekend.
I've made so many just random friends of people you love that thing. I love that thing too. It's so exciting, And I think the fact that there are so many different types of costumes here. You've got all your Marvel stuff, but I came across a kid who I've just got obsessed with Over the Garden Wall. I love, and there was a kid as one of the characters from that, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that someone else has seen this thing. But it's amazing, it's so great, with these conventions it brings people together.
It's a celebration.
Yeah, and that's what we're, I just throw everything. That's what we're looking for with that Funko audience as well, because we know that the fans are just like us in that respect. And as much as we want you guys to, enjoy this product, we also just like chatting with you.
Sure.
And that's something we definitely want to be building longer term. So I'll cross my fingers we can do this sort of stuff. Yeah.
What can we expect from Funko outside of conventions? Can we see something from Funko Europe that we could see, say, at other events, or expanding the brand?
Absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, the thing with us as well is it's still quite early days, so we've only been Funko Europe for, I think it's about a year and 2 months, something within that region. So a lot of that is building that awareness that we are in Europe, and we're looking to expand bigger and better. We're getting bigger teams, and we're looking at new ideas and fresh ways of thinking. And we're also open to suggestions for that kind of thing as well. So
well, I think that was going to be be my next question in terms of developing a community as well, because that's another strong element of the US brand. What are Funko Europe doing to do that, and where can people go to develop that? At the moment,
we have a big chat on those channels. So at the moment, we have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But what's quite fun is we have quite different audiences on each of those platforms, actually.
Right.
So as you would expect, the Instagram audience is super creative. They go out and take these amazing, phenomenal photos, which is really exciting because I like doing that too. So I love just looking through and seeing what everyone's been up to and the pictures they've been doing. And we try to engage with those fans as much as we can and try to foster that creativity as well. So one of the things I really like doing just from a personal side is doing competitions that are like creative competitions, photo competitions, where they've got to go out and take some kind of autumn themed picture. Or we had one a while ago that was a Funko breakfast competition. Take a picture of your Funkos having breakfast and go all out with it. Do whatever you like, you know, or recreate your favourite Star Wars scene somehow with Pops and with you. You know, we love doing stuff like that, and you know, it's fun for the community. But we always like feedback about that sort of thing.
Excellent.
And I know the States, obviously, they do things like the Funko Fun Days. Hopefully, in
a Funko Fun Day here in the UK.
Can you imagine how much fun that would be?
That would be something.
I mean,
else.
I've not been to a stateside one yet, so I would love to go to one and then be like, can we do them over here? Because they seem like so much fun.
Some sharp elbows, some sort of like you have to be a little bit aggressive and kind of move forward, but it's fun and games.
Yeah,
fun and
I mean,
games.
absolutely.
Excellent stuff.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much indeed for your time. I'm looking forward to seeing what Funko Europe does moving forward. Best place to people to follow, because like you say, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook.
So we're Funko Europe on all of those. The only one that's slightly different is Funko_Europe on Instagram.
Excellent.
So we're Funko Europe on all of those. So feel free to pop by and have a chat, and you know, any suggestions, anything you're liking, or I mean, it's just a force of habit. I just keep saying pop by all the time, and I don't mean it to be a pun, but it just happens. It just naturally flows that way. But yeah, I mean, we're always open to feedback, and you know, what do you guys like? What do you like the most? We want to know that stuff, and we want to build upon that and just really provide people with the stuff they're really passionate about.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much indeed for your time. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Amazing.